welcome back to my channel, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and hit that big thumbs up button, and let's get on into the video. So today I am bringing you my first Airbnb experiences, and I say experiences as in plural because I had about 3 experiences last year that were my very first while using Airbnb, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that today because it is very popular way to travel nowadays. It's basically like renting a condo or home or private room, depending on what you want, from a certain person rather than going through a hotel. There's a lot of pros and cons about it, and if you guys want me to do a separate video about that, I certainly can, but that is not what today's video is. Today's video is going to be about me talking about my first experiences using this website. But last year, as in 2018, I finally had a few opportunities to try it out, and I had some interesting experiences and a lot of good things, some bad things. Let's start with my first Airbnb experience, which was in Rome, Italy. So if you are a regular follower on my channel, you know that I got married last June, and my husband and I went on a 2-week honeymoon to Italy, which was amazing. And in Rome, I really wanted to cut back a little bit on cost. I've really been wanting to try Airbnb. How about we try that out? That way it's a little less expensive, and maybe we can cook meals like breakfast and stuff at our Airbnb. You know, this was our honeymoon, so please keep remembering that during this whole story, because I know everybody has different types of honeymoons, but I just wanted a honeymoon that I would remember forever and that was really romantic and really nice. So I had some standards, obviously, for our honeymoon, and I looked around and I found this place and I said, you know what, it's getting so close. Like, this was the last thing that I booked for the whole trip. And I was like, it's getting close. I'm starting to get like so busy with the wedding. I'm just going to book this certain Airbnb and hope for the best. It seems fine. It seems clean. It has good reviews. Whatever. So fast forward to us walking into our Airbnb. The hosts really do obviously make a difference because they're the people that own these certain properties. So I've had some good experiences and some bad experiences, which you'll see. But this one was like not that great of an experience. And it was basically because like the host was going super fast, was like trying to rush checking us in, and was just like kind of like, okay, here are the rules, bye type of thing. And it kind of gave me bad vibes. He just like really wanted to get out of there, didn't really want to explain anything, wasn't giving us any suggestions on like, oh, this is a really nice place to eat or whatever. But I was like, you know what, every person is different. Maybe he's just like not a big talker, whatever, not a big deal. So he didn't even give us a chance to like really look around at all, but we just were like, okay, great, it looks fine, bye, because it was a quick conversation. So we said bye, and then we started looking around, and we're like, you know what, this is really weird. The pictures were a lot better than what it actually looks like in person, and I don't want to show a ton of these pictures because this is someone's like property, and I don't want to badmouth them, but it was really weird. It gave us extremely bad vibes. Plus, the host had already given us bad vibes. It was dirty. So this is the weirdest thing, in my opinion, and this is probably so petty, but I don't know if you guys remember, like in middle school or high school, if you took art classes and there was like pieces of paper that you could roll out and then cut, but it was like really long on rollers. I don't know if I'm making any sense. If I can find a picture, I'll insert it. But that is what the curtain was upstairs. You like took this paper and cut it when you were done with it. It was extremely weird. It had spiders. The beds were like not good at all. It was not romantic at all. Like, I would not stay there on a honeymoon. And we just were not feeling romantic in this place at all. It was gross. And Jamie and I both looked at each other and were like, you know what? Let's not force ourselves to stay here. Like, let's take an L and let's go to a hotel and make this a really romantic experience rather than like forcing ourselves to stay here in a place that we're not in love with. So the whole con of this is basically that like sometimes pictures are not exactly what it's going to be like in person, and literally after we canceled our reservation, about 2 weeks later, the listing went away. Like, this guy doesn't even have the property online anymore. So I don't know what happened. Very weird. But it was kind of a sour first experience to Airbnb because I had heard so many good things, so I was kind of disappointed, but I still wanted to give it another try. So when we got back from our honeymoon, my friends and I decided that we wanted to book a Airbnb for our Turks and Caicos trip. If you know anything about Turks and Caicos, it's really, really expensive, and we were just like, let's like cut costs, maybe make breakfast, lunches here, stuff like that, and stay in an Airbnb. And this whole experience was like literally night and day from the experience that we had in Rome. So first off, our hosts in Turks and Caicos were so kind. They picked us up from the airport for a little bit of money, like gas money and stuff, so that was nice. Secondly, they were super accommodating. They followed us into the rooms. They like made sure everything was okay. They asked if we wanted any recommendations. They were like, this tour group is good. Like, go here for happy hour. This restaurant's good. Like, that kind of stuff, which was really nice because it was our first time there. They were just like really, really helpful. And the place was extremely clean. It was in a good area. It was so close to the beach and like the main area that had restaurants and stuff. And overall, it was like a really, really great experience and gave me a lot of hope for Airbnb. So much so that I booked my third one, which was in Gatlinburg in November. And I just posted this video, so I will definitely link it down below. So there was about 10 of us that rented a cabin Airbnb in Gatlinburg for the weekend, and it was the first weekend of November, and I literally could not recommend this place more. If you guys have seen the video, then you already know how beautiful it was, and I like the fact that for this Airbnb, it was like a code key-in one, so like I didn't even meet the host. We just walked in, the rules of the Airbnb were on the refrigerator. We just abided by them. It was an amazing experience. It was clean, it was so close to town, and for what all it offered and the fact that 10 people could easily fit in there, the price was really, really decent, so I highly suggest it. So overall, with these 3 experiences, although the first one was, in hindsight, I probably could have done a lot better with investigating and learning more about this place because, yeah, like, don't be dumb, Carson. But I didn't know. It was my first experience, so I just didn't really know what I was getting into. And although it was bad and we did end up having to lose a little bit of money on our Airbnb and, like, spent more on a hotel, it was still like all these experiences were good and made me realize what I want and what is acceptable for an Airbnb. And I've actually already booked my 4th Airbnb for Ireland, so I will obviously share my experiences there. But long story short, I think that Airbnbs are really, really great and they can be awesome. However, you definitely need to do your research, use your judgment, and make good decisions, and I think that you can have a really, really awesome Airbnb experience. If you guys are interested, I actually have a little like code. You can click the link and sign up for Airbnb yourself. I am not sponsored. It's literally a code that every single person gets that signs up for Airbnb. If you sign up using my like little link, then you get like $40 for your first trip, and then I get like 20 or something like that if you sign up. But that way we both benefit. But anyway, let me know what your guys' Airbnb experiences are because I'd love to hear what is your horror stories, what are the like most amazing places you've stayed in. I want to know. Comment down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye and happy travels!